listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm Sam Romeo, your Monday and Wednesday host. We've got a jam-packed show coming up with some information on Elmer McCoy wrote a bill to give students free textbooks, and Sophia Ventrano on political climate. Don't go anywhere because Colleen Munkel will be here later with something you don't want to miss.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today. Let's kick things off with some on-campus news. A new scholarship is making waves at Southern Miss. Alum Jennifer Payne, class of 2004, has established a leadership endowment to support the Joe Paul Leadership Scholarship Program. The fund is designed to give students not only financial assistance, but also encouragement to step into leadership roles on campus and beyond. For many, that means extra opportunities to grow their skills and make a bigger impact while at Southern Miss. Southern Miss is gearing up for its 7th annual Ray Bourne Lecture. This year's speaker is a big name in the world of physical chemistry. The event brings some of the brightest scientific minds to campus, giving students and faculty a chance to learn from leaders who are shaping research in their fields. The Ray Bourne Lecture is a part of an ongoing tradition at USM, designed to spark new ideas and showcase the impact of science on everyday life. Students and community members alike are invited to attend and be part of the conversation. Southern Miss Cruising is rolling into the Gulf Park campus on October 6th. The annual event brings classic cars, music, and community fun to the Coast campus, giving students and visitors a chance to enjoy cruising the coast festivities right in the heart of Southern Miss. In Hattiesburg news, the Hattiesburg Planning Division updated City Council on Hattiesburg 150 and Beyond, a program focused on city's long-term growth and development. The Laurel Housing Authority is asking for donations of diapers after its supply ran low. Community members are encouraged to contribute to help families in need and ensure essential supplies are available for children in the area. Hattiesburg police have issued warrants for 3 suspects tied to false pretense cases. Officials are asking anyone with information to contact authorities. Hattiesburg has taken a big step in protecting vulnerable infants by installing its very first safe haven baby box. The box allows parents in crisis to safely and anonymously surrender a newborn in accordance with Mississippi Safe Haven law. The box is equipped with climate control and security features, and once a baby is placed inside, first responders are immediately alerted to provide care. City leaders say the installation is about saving lives and offering compassion to families facing difficult circumstances. In Mississippi news, police are investigating after a man reportedly tried to gauge a clerk's eye over gas prices at Mississippi Station. The investigation is ongoing. An Olive Branch woman was sentenced for stealing over $5 million in COVID-19 relief funds through fraudulent claims during the pandemic. A national civil rights attorney has been called in to investigate the death of the Delta State University student. Authorities continue to look into the circumstances surrounding the case. The attorney's involvement reflects ongoing concerns about transparency and fairness in the investigation. In national news, Democrats are opening the current spending bill, raising the possibility of of a government shutdown if agreement hasn't reached. A new survey shows Americans are feeling more pessimistic about the economy. Raising prices and ongoing uncertainty has left many households worried about their financial outlook. Credit scores in the U.S. are falling at the fastest rate since 2009. According to the recent data, experts point to raising debt, missed payments, and economic pressures as contributing factors, signaling potential changes for borrowers and lenders alike. All right, here's your pop culture scoop. Big changes are coming to Miss USA. The pageant returns October 23rd and 24th in Reno under brand new leadership with promises of more transparency and a modern update to the competition. Saturday Night Live is making history. Its 50th anniversary special just won the Emmy for Outstanding Variety Special, beating out Beyoncé's halftime show. The rumor mill is buzzing. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are reportedly set to tie the knot September 27th in Santa Barbara. Guests are said to be checking into a luxury hotel for the secret event. That's your pop culture scoop. And before we wrap things up, here's a little inspiration to take with you today. If you want to do this, if you want to play big, if you want to really impact lives, you got to face yourself. You got to be courageous and willing to go all in and address everything about you that's uncomfortable. Harry Lopez. That was our news update for today. You're tuned into Southern Miss Radio, and we'll be back in just a minute with sports and weather. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
All right, Golden Eagles, here's your Southern Miss sports scoop. Football. The Golden Eagles opened Sun Belt play with a 38-22 victory over Appalachian State on Saturday. Southern Miss is now 2-1 on the season and leads the Sun Belt West Division. The Golden Eagles are back in action this Saturday as they hit the road to take on Louisiana Tech. Kickoff starts at 6 in Ruston. Mark your calendars. Volleyball. The Golden Eagles faced a tough matchup against Mississippi State. Southern Miss fell to Mississippi State 3-1. To keep up with all the Golden Eagles sports activities, head over to southernmiss.com. Golden Eagles, if you're headed out, here's the weather you need to know. Today's looking mostly sunny with highs near 90 and lows around 67. Light winds, bright skies. Sun's out, skies are clear. Ideal day to step outside and yes, maybe even touch some grass. Up next, we have Elmer McCoy wrote bill to give students free textbooks. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. As a teacher serving in the State House of Representatives in 1940, Elmer McCoy wrote the bill to provide Mississippi children with free textbooks. He remembers the hard work of everyone involved.
I wrote all the Secretary of State of the whole 48 states. I don't know whether they had free textbooks or not, but I wrote all of them, and if they did have, I wanted to get a copy of the law on free textbooks. When I took those copies, the parts that I thought would fit Mississippi, I took to base that free textbook bill on. But the way we went about getting it done, we had 29 members on the Education Committee, and most of them were for it, and that was some start. But we had caucuses at night, laying plans for it, and we'd meet, come up to date on new ones that we'd got, somebody else agreed to vote for it. And we just worked on for several days like that and got the support built up for it, and we got 116 votes for it. 15 voted against it, and 7 were absent or not vote.
To learn more, subscribe to the Mississippi Moments podcast or visit cohch.org. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Coming up, we have a special guest you don't want to miss. That was Elmer McCoy.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Let's welcome Colleen Munkel to the show. Hey, Colleen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Sam. How are you?
Living the dream.
Good.
First, could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I'm the Director of Business Development for Pine Grove Behavioral Health and Addiction Services, which is a division of Forest General Hospital and Forest Health. And Pine Grove provides all of the behavioral health care, mental health care for the health system within Mississippi and beyond. Patients come to us for care from all over the country and internationally as well. We also have a number of highly specialized and well-regarded addiction treatment programs. And so we treat folks with drug and alcohol addiction. We also treat trauma. We treat co-occurring eating disorders, other mental health conditions. So we provide a variety of programs, and we treat children, adolescents, and adults at Pine Grove, and we're right here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
What inspired Pine Grove to host this event?
Well, Pine Grove cares really deeply about everybody's mental health care, and in particular, when it comes to the mental health care of adolescents, teenagers, and young adults, we really want to make sure that we're always providing information and education about really critical issues that are impacting mental health care. And one of those issues are cyber crimes, and it is internet criminals. So on Monday night here on campus at the Thad Cochran Center in the third floor ballrooms, we're hosting a free community educational presentation. All are welcome. We want everyone to come, and it's called Internet Harms, Targeting Teens and Young Adults, Protecting Families from Cyber Criminals. So this presentation is really relevant to students on campus, as well as teenagers in the greater Hattiesburg community, and in particular their parents. The presentation is also really beneficial to healthcare professionals, law enforcement professionals, educators. I know that a lot of schools and programs here on campus have been highly supportive of the program. Many programs and classes are offering extra credit for students to attend. So for students that are listening on campus, to know that if you do come to the presentation and your class is offering extra credit, we will be stamping all of those programs as students exit. So we want to make sure that we really want to help students on campus to really come to this presentation. And for listeners, they may be wondering who are the guest speakers for the presentation. And we have some incredibly impactful guest speakers that are going to be sharing their story. And so our first guest speaker is Brian Montgomery. Brian Montgomery is a father from Starkville, and he's going to talk about the impact that internet criminals had on his family. In 2022, his son lost his life due to extortion, and that's one of the online crimes that we're going to be talking about, is some of these criminals and the different ways in which they're targeting teenagers and young adults. And he's going to talk about that experience and what happened and how those criminals targeted his son in an effort to really educate other families, other young adults and teenagers about these crimes. I think everyone likes to think that they have some degree of internet savvy, but certainly with ongoing technology and how quickly the internet adapts, and in some ways this can be very positive. However, there are always folks that have poor intentions at heart, and there are a lot of internet criminals out there, and nobody likes to think about this, but there are folks out there that are specifically targeting young people and targeting their vulnerabilities, and that includes college students. So knowing about some of these crimes and ways that young people can keep themselves safe is really important. And then also I think it's really important because one of our other guest speakers is Lori Hill, and she's Mississippi's statewide human trafficking coordinator with the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. And she's going to be providing some incredibly important safety tips for everybody in attendance. So that certainly includes young people, young adults in attendance. So that would include college students here on campus. But also many students here on campus are also parents themselves. And so it's important for them to know about some of these dangers when it comes to their own children, and for professors to know about this information as well. And so there's going to be some really important safety information that'll be provided, as well as information about having healthy boundaries when it comes to social media use. I think everybody can agree that really using the internet, being online, using your phone, those are things that are needed to keep up with people we love, to keep in contact with people, to communicate with professors, for example, in many ways. But we also want to make sure that folks have healthy boundaries around that, and that there is a set time when young people are not always online, and that's important. And there's also some tools that parents can use and other adults to make sure that the people in their families are using the internet in a way, to keep the people that we all love and want to be safe, protected. And that's really important. And so we're going to learn a lot about internet crimes, how criminals are targeting young people, ways to keep families safe. And because Pine Grove provides critical mental health care treatment and behavioral health care treatment here, we want folks to also know that there are resources in terms of reaching out for help. And I think sometimes it's important for young people to know that, maturing is a journey. I think everybody's on that journey. For example, I learn something new every single day. I think everybody does in some way. It's a lifelong process. But also, I think it's important, particularly with teenagers, with younger people, to realize that you're still in a growth phase of life, and to keep all of that in perspective as well when it comes to online safety, and to know that there are resources for help. And, I think when we think about the internet, lots of times people go to social media, but there's other ways that people use the internet that can also be harmful. So, for example, online gaming and other areas such as that. And we'll be talking about that at this presentation. Having healthy boundaries around that, and then just being mindful of areas where people that are not healthy might be interacting with those online, and to be mindful of that, and to be mindful of some of the safety guidelines. So we'll be talking about all of that on Monday night at 6 o'clock here at the Thad Cochran Center, and we really hope that students come out. I think another important element is a lot of students here on campus are pursuing counseling fields, for example. Many students are pursuing degrees in psychology or social work or criminal justice. And a lot of the information presented on Monday evening is going to be helpful for students on campus as they're pursuing their careers, and to be aware of some of the issues that are really impacting young people, and some of the safety issues, some of the anxiety that goes with internet use, excessive internet use, and just ways that criminals are targeting young people. It's important to be informed. And once you're informed, you can really make healthy decisions moving forward. And that's what we hope to do on Monday night.
Thank you. What are the primary goals for this event?
I think the primary goals are first to educate the audience about how online criminals are targeting young people and to learn about some of those areas. Certainly for parents in the audience to be aware of that, but also educators, professors here on campus, students themselves to be aware of that information and how criminals are targeting young people. So number one is awareness. Number two is also to be aware that there are people in their lives and in everybody's life that is going to love you no matter what. So if a young person makes a mistake, which everybody is going to do in their lifetime, everybody makes mistakes, to know that there are people that they can reach out to talk to about that mistake. That could be educators, that could be a best friend, that could be a counselor, that could be a variety of trusted people in a young person's life. And to know that while something may seem like a terrible situation in the present moment, that there are people that everybody can reach out to for help. And I think that's another goal, for everybody to know, no matter the circumstance, there are people in your life that love you dearly and that you can reach out to help. You can reach out for help too. And we want everybody to walk away with that information as well. And we also want, I would say, goal number 3 is for the audience to be aware of the resources that are available here on campus to help students and the resources that are available here in Hattiesburg to help students as well and to help professors, everybody in attendance, all of the community members, to know about those resources that are available, so this information can be reported. And so people are able to know about avenues for help in terms of helping people heal and recover from issues they may be experiencing, regarding online issues. We really want people to reach out for help, to know about resources. So I guess I would say knowing about, number one, knowing about the issue and knowing about how online criminals are targeting young people. Number two, for everybody in the audience to really think about the people in their life that love them dearly and that they can reach out to when a difficult situation happens. And then number 3, to know about the resources that are available in this community for help. Those would be the 3 main goals of this presentation.
What practical steps can families take to protect themselves online? Families and children, sorry.
That's a really good question. And I would say that Lori Hill is going to talk a lot about some of those specific safety guidelines that those in attendance can follow. I can tell you that some of the guidelines that we talk about at Pine Grove include time limits regarding social media use. Having mom and dad take that device when young people go to bed, or putting away the device before going to sleep. Set healthy boundaries that work for families. And then also, there's a lot of safety tools that the audience will be able to use around social media and around some of the ways that the audience is going to learn that online criminals are targeting young people. And so there are some safety measures that can be taken and some safety tools that can be taken regarding online use and technology for young people. We're going to be talking a lot about those on Monday night.
Thank you. What role does education play in protecting mental health in the digital age?
My goodness. I would say that education plays a vital safety role, in particular when it comes to this issue. The more you know about an issue, the better informed you are, and the better equipped you are to make healthy decisions regarding it moving forward. Education is critical, and that's why we're offering this presentation And we really hope for a very, very strong community turnout. All are welcome. We want students on campus. We would like parents. We would like professors. We would like teenagers to come to this presentation and to really, and to leave that presentation, we would hope, with further conversations. You know, we would like students to talk about it with each other and to talk about some of the information they learned on Monday night and to bring that to their classes and to bring that to their professors for further discussion. That's critically important. And for the moms and dads in that room while driving home at night, to talk to their teen and to talk to their middle school student about things they may have seen online or things they may have heard about their friends talking about, and advance that conversation. We can really do so much good when we talk to one another about the issues. So the education that's provided at the presentation is critical, and also the post-event conversations are critical. So we hope this really fosters additional discussion about the importance of this issue. And everybody who comes will be that much better informed about some of the ways that cyber criminals are targeting young people online. And that's important.
Lastly, do you have any advice for any students or families dealing with this issue right now?
Absolutely. We would say if you know that a student is struggling with any relationship regarding technology that is interfering with their daily life, and that could be a safety issue, to reach out for help and to reach out to a trusted professor, to reach out to some of the services that are here on campus for students, and to reach out to Pine Grove, for example. You know, our phone number is available 24 hours a day at Pine Grove, and we are always available to offer help and to provide assistance to students, to anybody who contacts us for care. And certainly when it comes to a crime, certainly public safety here on campus is an important resource to reach out for, as well as other local law enforcement authorities, because that's important. And everybody is united in our collective desire to offer help, to offer safety, to offer ongoing resources and support. So if anybody here is listening and they want to know resources for help, to know that they can reach out to anybody here on campus, and certainly they can reach out to Pine Grove. Our number can be contacted at any hour, and that's 1-888-574-HOPE, which is numerically 1-888-574-4673. That phone number can be contacted at any time. And then again, if folks listening have any questions or they have any inquiries, those, of course, may not be responded in real time. They're responded to during business hours, but those inquiries can be made online through our website, which is pinegrovetreatment.com. And of course, if it's an emergency for anybody listening, certainly I think everybody can agree that calling 911 and talking about what's going on is critically important. But for students to know there are resources available to help here on campus and in the community. And that's another goal of our presentation on Monday night.
Thank you so much, Colleen Munkel, for joining us today and sharing your voice with our Eagles. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Coming up, we have a news wrap from Sophia Ventrano on political climate.
For the past couple of years, speaking about politics has been really uncomfortable. USM student Jathan Camiguez speaks more on this.
I feel like it is a taboo to talk about politics just because how very divided it is now. I feel like saying you support one side or the other, it automatically just makes you not in favor of the person you're speaking to. So I think it is becoming a taboo on campus to talk about politics.
Dr. Troy Gibson, a professor in the School of Social Science and Global Studies, gives his insight.
There's just been a dramatic increase in the attitude or the sentiment that Americans no longer agree on the fundamentals of what it means to be an American.
So what is causing this extreme polarization?
I feel like a lot of people weren't informed on what was really going on. They only get the surface level things, and they don't realize the things that are going on behind the scenes or things that are affecting groups that they're not a part of.
Most political conversations without social media occur face-to-face or in writing in a newspaper or something like that. And you had to control your language. You had to be civil. We have lost civility in this country.
It is important to separate the screen from real life.
Just see them as fellow citizens in a democracy with whom you may have disagreements. But if you start the conversation with, I'm going to go talk to some evil people, well, then everything they say in your mind is going to be tainted. You got to, I hate to say it, but you got to put your phone down.
Sophia Vetrano, SMTV News.
Thanks for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Big thanks to Seb, our audio engineer, Carl, our assistant producer, and Meadow, our video producer, for keeping this bird flying. And a special thank you to our program director, Adeline Fields, and our general manager, Dr. Martin. We appreciate everything you do. I'm Sam Romeo signing off. Don't just get through the day, make it count, keep shining, and don't forget to be someone. Y'all have a great day.